Good evening. I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Unfortunate loss tonight, but you know what? Could be worse. Could be a Leafs fan right now.
Yeah. Oh man, we all kind of knew that was going to happen, didn't we?
Well, classic Leafs can't show up in Game 7. Just their big boys disappeared.
That's got to be a sign, right? 7 losses in Game 7 in a row now.
Yeah, they are. They do not have a lot of success in series closing games.
Does it hurt more that 5 of those 7 were to Brad Marchand?
Yeah, it's just funny. Just funny. Same guy, different jersey. Gotta love it.
All right. We don't care that much about the Leafs. So let's talk about these filthy Colorado Eagles versus the Abbey Canucks. Pretty chippy game tonight. Kind of started right from the get-go.
Well, that's kind of what I said happens in these games, right? Like just a lot of emotion gets carried over in the AHL. Unfortunately, this as good as Silovs has been all playoffs, he does have a couple games where he has laid a bit of an egg. I wouldn't say he laid a complete egg in this one, but 3 of the 4 goals he gave up tonight probably wants back.
Say 3 of the 4 he gave up?
Pardon?
How many of the 4?
3 of the 4.
Yeah.
The first goal is just a shot from the point that he again overcommits to the shot when he needs to start reading that there's traffic in front of him. And he needs to take that moment to say, okay, this puck could bounce a certain way, so I need to not overcommit too low. Because if the puck goes here, I need to have enough of my body in front of that spot of the net. But he still hasn't learned that part of his game. And then an awful one out of the corner that he's just cheating off the post, and that's one you can't be giving up to go down, especially when Lekkerimäki has a great rebound goal in front to make it 1-1. You go into the second period tied up after you let in a bit of a soft goal off the first shot of the game. And then you let in that bad one out of the corner to make it 2-1. And then really the only one that the Eagles really had to work for was the 3-1 goal where McWard really should have taken the stick instead of playing the body in front of the net there. So just a defensive gaffe there. And then the 4th goal, again, just a wrist shot from the boards that went glove side and just beat him. Didn't really look like it was tipped. There wasn't really much traffic in front of him. Just another shot from distance that Silovs overcommit into his butterfly and put himself in a spot where he left a hole on his glove side, and that's been his Achilles heel basically his entire career. Abbotsford really did outplay Colorado for the majority of this game. So it's an unfortunate loss, but they need to go into Colorado. You don't win every game on your way to a championship. No. You are going to have your losses. It's how you bounce back, and hopefully they can go into Colorado and win game 1. It's now just a best-of-3 series on the road, basically. So if they can go into Colorado and take game 1, they hold the advantage. So they need to take a lot of positives out of this game. Real good hard work from our big guys to try and get a couple of goals late to tie it up, and some good work. Unfortunate that you give up a empty netter and have to try and get an extra goal back, but they played right to the final buzzer. They pushed hard and worked hard for it, but losing Sammy Blais there when he lost his cool, they were kind of all over him all night. He was letting the emotions getting the best of him, and losing him late obviously doesn't help the push to tie things up.
You think the Sammy Blais reaction, was that a bit of an overreaction? Like, I don't think in the games I've been watching for Abby, I've seen him get angry, but I've never seen him lose his cool like that.
I think they were kind of taking liberties with him all night. a bee in his bonnet. He had a double minor for roughing at the end of the second, and then kind of some stick work, and there's been some stuff going on all kind of series so far. When he goes for a change, there's pushing, shoving pretty much constantly after every whistle. So I think just the frustration got the best of him there, and I think he didn't think they were going to get a penalty for roughing. He felt like he was getting the only one, and so yeah, just a tough one where you lose your cool, emotions are high. It's a big game that you want to win, and um, I'm sure he'll get a conversation of you can have good emotion, and then there's sometimes where you let those emotions go too far, and that's one of those moments. So hopefully it's a teaching moment when he gets back to the dressing room and we move on. Overall, a really strong game from a lot of the team, and hopefully we can take game 3 on Wednesday night.
So Connor Cahill, one of our regular viewers, he was actually at the game tonight, so he got to see the boys in person. Donated $5. Is that £5 or what the heck is that? I don't even know what that is. I think that might be £5 or something like that. Deflated. Team fought hard. Eagles just a bit better. Shit refs at Dusty. Great atmosphere in the Abbey Center. Thank you for the dono, but I did want to ask you because there was a lot of Abbey Canucks getting tossed out of the faceoff dot tonight. And then in the last, couple minutes there, one of the players for the Colorado Eagles jumps on the faceoff, like very clearly gets a warning, gets to take the faceoff. And I don't like to complain about the refereeing and the linesman, but it did seem like they maybe either didn't have control of the game or it just seemed like lopsided calls against the Canucks tonight. Was that just me or was that something you were seeing too?
No, I definitely felt that a little bit too. But one thing that Colorado has a lot more of than Abbotsford is they're basically a team of veterans. I mean, Colorado has nothing in the pipeline for actual young prospects.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when your top line is Jason Magna, Jacob McDonald, and John Ludwig.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Matthew Phillips, and who's the other one? I can't even remember who the rest of their starting lineup is, but my God, they don't have much for young players. Oh, and other than Ivan, which is one for the all name team.
You did mention Jonathan Lekermacki obviously getting his first goal of the playoffs so far. Really nice taking that rebound off the shot from the point from Mancini. Got to feel good for him. Maybe a good sign for him moving into the next 3 games that maybe that sleeping giant has been unlocked and he can finally start putting some pucks in the net.
Yeah, absolutely. The first one always leads to a little more confidence. Only 2 shots on net tonight, so they are keying on him in that line a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles. I realized I didn't really close my thought there on that last point with like the veteran team, right? They just know how to push the younger team's buttons. They've been there before. They know all the refs. These guys, it's their first kind of shot at this type of chippy, dirty play. So they are going to lose their emotions more often. Maybe push further than the Eagles are going to egg them on and take advantage of, like, we've been here before. Lots of us have been here before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what these young guys are made of. Take advantage of maybe some emotions where they don't have that scar tissue. They haven't built it up and are getting kind of taken advantage of in that sense. And that's kind of more what I saw tonight. Just those tricky veteran things where they kind of trick Abbotsford into to jumping on face-offs late, so just weird stuff like that. But yeah, it did seem like the reffing was a bit one-sided, but Abbotsford was also getting involved when they shouldn't and not skating away when they needed to. And that's just comes with the inexperience and youth. one thing that this team is really good at is learning quickly. So I would expect to see a much more disciplined Abbey Canucks on Wednesday night, especially on the road. You can't be taking these types of risks, and having to kill off all these power plays.
Yeah, and as you mentioned too, with that veteran team, they were definitely keying in on Lekkermanki, but did still manage to squeak that one through. And getting the assist was Mr. Mancini, who is Sachiko's favorite, which is pretty wild. He has impressed me beyond belief. He's got to be a Vancouver Canucks starting next year, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's what I said. Like our defensive depth is so ridiculous right now. Like we are so rich when you compare it to other AHL teams around the league, and even just like looking at what our defensive core is going to be next year, it's going to be unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why I'm really saying, like, I don't think Tom Wielander ever plays in a Canucks jersey. I think Victor Mancini becomes the key piece of that JT Miller trade, and everyone's going to be really happy with the way that he plays. He's basically a bigger bodied Hughes style player on the right hand side. So you could have Hughes and Hronik as your first line, and then you got MP29 and Mancini as your second line, and then your third line is DPD and Tyler Myers. Like you take that defensive core all day, any day on any NHL team.
The other one I wanted to point out, we're just talking about all the defense because they're so impressive. Akito Hirose, who has been with the team for a couple, he's playing on that top pair of Mancini, and they look absolutely like the poise that Hirose is showing on the blue line in his own zone, the grit that he's showing boxing out the front of the net. Like you got to be really impressed. This guy might get a call up depending on injuries next year. You never know.
Oh, for sure. He can move the puck. My only knock against Hirose is he's got the body of Elias Pettersson, the forward.
Right.
And he's playing the blue line, right? So he doesn't exactly strike fear into the opponent there on the blue line, but the way he moves the puck and the way he skates is really impressive for sure.
Yeah, it's fun to see. And that at the end of the day, one of the reasons that they bring up a guy like that is that even if he never makes the team, it's good to have that kind of player down in Abbotsford because it creates that winning feeling that when they come up to the Vancouver Canucks, they're already used to playing with a very high offensive defenseman like an Akito Hirose. So it makes it easier for them to convert when they make it up to the NHL level.
For sure. And you look at the defense that are on this team right now, and even the ones that aren't even playing right now. You got Wielander, obviously. Sawyer Mignot, who's going to be another up and comer, very good young defensive prospect. So you got Kirill Kudryavtsev playing out there still, who's another one who looks really great out there on the power play, second power play unit. So yeah, great stuff. Great stuff on the blue line. And Mancini for sure. Like I had said, and you had said, he looks like a man amongst boys out there in these playoffs, and it's absolutely true. He looks destined for the NHL lineup next season for sure.
So you think Manny does anything to the lineup moving into Game 3, or are we kind of still just waiting to see what's going to be happening with guys like Klimovich and Ratu?
Obviously depends on their health. I think if they're healthy, now would be the time to kind of make some tweaks. Early in the game, there was some struggles to get the puck to the net. Colorado did a really good job of keeping Abbotsford more to the outside tonight, kind of like we did last game. So maybe if Klimovich is healthy, I would like to see him get in the lineup. Take out a guy like Cam Bites or something like that. Get Klimovich in there for some more offense. I like the grit Cam Bites has, but we need a bit more scoring in the lineup right now. We have enough grit. So yeah, it really just depends on health. Maybe you see Nate Smith come out if Ratu's healthy as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll have to see. it's unfortunate with the AHL. You don't get a ton of updates when it comes to injuries. Obviously, we know that with the absolute vortex of disappearance for Yuri Patera basically all year, we still don't even know what the injury was or when he was healthy and when he was skating. Like, we know nothing. He just was gone. Looked like he blew his groin into the Spider-Verse. Was basically gone the entire season and then came back and was like, hey, I'm back. No update, nothing. So that's the AHL for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even earlier, we had one of the people in chat asking like what the hits were in the game. I'm like, they don't keep track, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, you got to get your own little tally board and tick them all off.
Yeah, this operation is going to get really expensive when I have to hire a stats person and a producer.
No kidding.
The Canucks' logic moment of the night was Jason Magna scoring on the empty net, of course, right?
Yeah, from an almost impossible angle, right? I thought maybe he was going to miss the net and we might have a chance, but yeah, no, tucks it in the corner there from basically the goal line corner.
So Dustin Boydell in an Abbotsford Canucks loss. Who are you picking for the 3 stars of tonight's game?
Oh, the 3 stars of tonight's game. Let's look at the goal scoring and what have you here. Who scored
Carlson
all the
scores
goals?
his 4th. Ivan gets his 1st. Jake Wise scores the first goal of the game to start things off early.
I guess I'm probably giving one to Trent Miner because Abbotsford did outplay Colorado tonight. So he did play well in net. So one to Trent Miner. If I'm gonna give one to the home team, it's Lecker Mackey for a goal and an assist. And then probably Chris Wagner, goal and assist. Technically game-winning goal and assist, I guess. Or no. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, nope, they gave it to Jake Wise.
Yep, Jake Wise for his 1 goal to start the game, which is weird. But Victor Mancini ends up getting the 2nd star of the game with his 1 assist. But it's one of those
you know what? He did have a really good game.
Yeah.
He was all over the place. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. At the end of the day, he only had the 1 assist, but he was all over that surface. He dominated. So even if he only gets the 1 point, definitely still a good looking game for Victor Mancini.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a lot of positives from the Abbotsford side. Like I said, tough loss, 3 unfortunate goals by Silovs that he probably wants back, but yeah, regroup, move on. Wednesday night, hopefully they can bring home the first game of the 3 in Colorado, and then they have the advantage. They just have to win 1 more.
Does that make you more confident moving forward where it's like the only reason that Colorado won was because there was 3 bad goals that go in, or are you worried now that there might be more bad goals ahead?
No, I'm not worried about it because Silovs has bounced back pretty much every game in these playoffs. When he got pulled in the first period of game 2 against the Firebirds, and then bounced back with 2 very, very strong games, and which one he let in 1 goal, and then he went to his back-to-back shutouts. So I would expect him to, talk to Justin Pogge tonight about what happened with those goals and try not overcommitting maybe through traffic. It's a bit scary to go into Colorado and play because they are like 26-6 or some crazy stat at home this season. But in those 6 losses, many of those were given by the Abbotsford Canucks. So the Abbotsford Canucks somehow find a reason to play well in Colorado. Some of the other teams probably might be an elevation issue, and they might not have the legs and stuff under them. So maybe that's just a testament to the training that Manny Malhotra and preparation that Manny Malhotra has these guys do.
So we'll frame it as the Abbotsford Canucks handed the Colorado Eagles 33% of their home losses this season.
Sure. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, Sammy
Sounds
Blay.
like a good stat to me.
Yeah, that's fair. Quick maths. Sammy Blais, 28 penalty minutes tonight.
Yeah.
He deserved,
I mean, most of them coming on that last.
Yeah. I mean, he even ended up with a two roughing minors at the end of the second period, but Ludwig both also had the two roughing minors. So, but yeah, Sammy Blais getting the 10 minutes misconduct as well. He actually ends up getting two misconduct. So he gets 20 minutes just in game misconduct and misconduct for an unsportsmanlike conduct, probably for yelling at the ref.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, opening the door. Opening the door and yelling at the refs is a big no-no.
Yeah.
Once that door is closed, you sit down and shut your mouth.
Yeah. I mean, you can yell at them. You just got to yell over the boards.
Yeah, or through the glass, right? But yeah, no, it's it's a tough one.
So we got to wait all the way till Wednesday. So a couple days off. Probably a good thing just to, heal up a little bit. Connor Cahill, watching for the game, said, Russell, no offense to Dusty, but I don't think we outplayed them. They were more dangerous in the attack, to be honest. And we saw a little bit of that. Like, remember last game, all their shots from the outside. This game, more of those did come from the inside.
More, but I mean, if you look at the spread, I mean, like you look at where all of Abbotsford shots are coming from. I mean, they got 20 from probably inside the hash marks.
Yeah.
And Colorado's got like 5.
Yeah, I can bring that on the screen here.
And one of them is showing, like, yeah, if you want to bring it up, one of the goals that's showing in front of the net was the first goal, but the shot actually came from right inside the blue line. It was just tipped, so it's showing the goal and the shot is right there.
Yeah.
That one was actually from way out at distance. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, in the slot.
6 in the slot that are actually shots. And the one is the only real good scoring chance that they had, where McWard didn't tie the guy's stick up. Instead, he tried to play the body. So then you look at the blue, look at where the Canucks were shooting from.
Yeah.
And where all like there's a big difference there in the structure of play. So, while yes, at times Colorado did look dangerous, there's still, when you break it down to quality scoring chances and where the shots are coming from, Abbotsford for sure outplayed Colorado this game.
Connor Hill follows up and says, but the rest were shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, the reffing wasn't great. And when your goalie lets in 3, I mean, technically, you take away the 3 soft goals that Silovs lets in, and it's a 3-1 game for us because they don't get the empty netter, right? So
yeah.
that's the thing is Abbotsford did a really good job of limiting high danger chances, and unfortunately the goalie let in some easy ones.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wednesday, May 21st, it's a 7:05 Mountain Time. Who knows? We'll have to do some conversions on that.
That'll be 5:05, I think.
5:05 our time. All right. So it'll be a 5:05 on Wednesday. We will be live that night as well. Dustin, you going to be around to chat about some Abbey Canucks versus Colorado Avalanche that night?
I will be around for sure. You know what's nice about the Abbotsford Canucks? They do the conversion for you on their website. So
nice.
6:05 p.m. Pacific time.
6:05. Okay.
Will be Game 3 Wednesday night.
Cool. Dustin, is there anything you want to say to chat before I let you
go? Thank you as always. Appreciate your takes and giving us more to talk about. Love that. Keep it coming. And hope everyone enjoyed the game and enjoyed watching the Leafs lose and had a great weekend and still enjoys their long weekend tomorrow with a nice Monday off. And we will talk to everyone on Wednesday.
Awesome, Dustin. Enjoy your long weekend, and we'll talk again soon.
Cheers. We'll talk to you soon.
Nothing is perfect.